Hi everyone. Well, I was setting up outside, but our rain began to come down, so we're going to enjoy it from half and half here. I love smelling the rain. I love hearing it. These are the great sleep days, so I can't wait till tomorrow. And I spent a lot of time out there as my son was healing. I wanted to share with all of you that we were pretty happy as he tested negative this week. And it was a very long 20 days since his really tough symptoms hit. But he actually had it since the exposure, about 25 days. So I'm just happy that that tough part is over. I wanted to share from when he received the news. I was there listening, and they told him that he tested positive and to make sure to isolate and quarantine. And that was it. They were ready to hang up. And then he brought up that he was having difficulty breathing, and they gave him the prescription for the inhaler. And then that was it. I don't know. I just expected them to say more or give more direction, but that was it. And as a mother, I was like, oh my goodness. So he went on the internet a little bit in between sleeping, and I did. And then I started calling some family and friends that had experienced it with their loved ones. So I wanted to share some helpful tips that helped, that I believe helped. And you automatically feel you're going to get COVID also since you live in the same house. That's not necessarily so. I tested twice and was negative. My son did such a great job, wearing his mask, coming out with the gloves. And we started which is the one thing that I learned from a lot of individuals, was that their doctors had recommended specific vitamins. So that's what I wanted to share, just some of the things that we did that helped. And if it can help somebody, this isn't going away completely anytime soon. I'm glad that if that vaccine comes in and helps everyone. We've had quite a few deaths. There's a lot of people that are hurting. If it comes into your household, it doesn't necessarily mean that everyone's going to get it. You don't know how it's going to affect you. You don't know the symptoms or no symptoms. So remember that it's just another thing that you have to roll with the flow, go through, and do the best you can with the tools that you can learn from someone else. The one thing that I had learned from quite a few individuals was the vitamins. So, of course, you're trying to boost your immune system. So, vitamin C, they recommended zinc, and NAC. All of these help with the immune system. I also started turmeric. I started taking the vitamins the same day that I got them for my son. So we are continuing to take those vitamins. The inhaler. They told my son to take the inhaler every 4 hours. The first day when he was having difficulty breathing, every 4 hours, and then the next day to take as needed. Obviously, he needed it a little bit more, fluctuating depending on how he felt that day or how his breathing was difficult, or, that he was okay. He didn't experience any fevers. He had difficulty sleeping a little bit. I did get him some melatonin, which some of the doctors had thought that would be good instead of sleeping pills, especially with the breathing, the scare on the breathing. My son was taking we had the thermometer. He was taking his temperature, just never got a temperature. The breathing obviously was our issue. We went and I purchased a pulse ox at CVS because I raced over there because we weren't sure whether I was going to have to drop him off at the hospital. But his oxygen level was still high, So we had to, again, use that inhaler to get his breathing, or have him settle down on his breathing. Another family member had mentioned the nebulizer, albuterol nebulizer. We're going to be working on that. I think that that would be a helpful, like an earthquake supply, having these supplies just in case COVID, comes to your house. Having inhalers, having that albuterol, getting them in advance, especially if you've got breathing issues. Those that had asthma, and like my son, who's got his breathing issues are much worse than mine. But that was my worry. So he kept wearing his mask and the gloves around the house. I would run and spray all the handles and the light switches with my mask on. We had soup, chicken noodle soup, Gatorade. He lost his sense of smell and taste, which is one of those common symptoms. And zinc is helpful for that too. But again, it was as soon as he got his smell and taste back, it was just a couple days after when he tested and it came out negative. So right now he has made an appointment with a pulmonologist due to he is continuing to have the breathing issues, or it feels difficult, and we need to check up on that and follow up, and I really want him to get the albuterol, and I want to get it just in case it some way finds its way back here. I hope not. So gloves and those were just some of the tools that we had used and that all of our family and friends had shared with us. My son was isolated in the one room. I spent my time out here and in the other side of the house when we would meet up, when I'd bring him some soup, or if he came, he also walking outside, getting fresh air at least 20 minutes a day. That's what the doctor had recommended to another family friend. He's 21, but he has an underlying issue of asthma. So they recommended that he walk 20 minutes a day outside. So my son also did that. And I'm just so happy that it is kind of gone. Obviously, the after effects, in my son's case, is the breathing, and we're going to have to follow up on that, and I'm definitely going to let you all know. And then there was some other family members that had continuous brain fog. There's a lot of little things that we're going to learn along the way. Another friend, they had some arthritis from their job, but now they have 2 fingers that'll freeze up. Because my son did say that he would, massive fatigue, very tired, body aches and pains. So whatever underlying issues, it just aggravates it. It irritates it. So now she says that her hand, those 2 fingers just lock up on her. Hopefully all of that just goes away with some time. We're going to know with more time. But I just wanted to let you know, it helped me and it made me feel better that I could try to help my son. So I'm appreciative to everything that was online, that people posted. I'm so grateful to all of you that I did thank you, to those who shared their experiences. Thank you very much. And then I want to share with you our experience, and that, this is just another thing that we have to go through. Hopefully it never reaches your house, and it never reaches you. And we say lots of positive thoughts that it doesn't. But if it does, then here's some helpful hints. So I am just so grateful for all of your comments and all of the information, and wanted to say thank you to all of you, and to please be safe, wear those masks, wash those hands. And I know we're all trying to do it. It's just out there. So I'm wishing you all the best. I'm going to see you guys soon. It's time to enjoy a little bit of rain and relaxation. And I hope you all have a wonderful night. Stay safe. Positive thoughts your way. Bye.